Hello and welcome to another episode of Tales Across Time and Space. Today we're trying out a system to see if we like it, if it works well with our group, and everything like that. As always, I am Thomas and your game master, and I forgot once again to tell people the order to introduce themselves. So let's just go down our Discord voice chat list. Maybe skipping Carl if he's not in.
So Cody, that'll be you first.
Yeah, I'm Cody. Hi. God damn it. My last name is Hi, so it's really funny.
Okay.
Jane?
Yes, I'm Jane ESB.
Yeah, I think Carl's mic is still muted, so I don't think he's actually at his computer at the moment. Carl's here, so, you know. Woo! And we're joined by a person we haven't been on the channel for a while as well.
Hi, I'm Radical Dishonesty. I played a long time ago, and now I'm playing again.
Yes, he played.
Was it in a galaxy far, far away?
I guess.
Well, it was between galaxies, between universes, frankly.
Yes, but it was far away, and it's pretty galaxy-ish.
But yes, he was part of the original Bestiary Trials Across Time and Space that this channel got its name from.
That's right. I played something Spar.
Agate Spar.
Agate Spar. Okay.
Hi.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
Carl.
so we got an original trial master in our group?
Well, technically, at this point, we actually have the original crew from the end of the Trials Across Time and Space here, actually.
Ooh.
Jane is the young blood here.
I know, it's weird. Hi, I'm new. I'm newish.
But yes, and as always, we have our illustrious role player, Dustin.
Hello, I am Dustin Zeistund. I am a lazy speaker who has too much rice.
Oh, I should have had us do that intro. Oh, that would have been that was. Dang it!
I mean, not all of us are done with our characters. We can do that when we're all definitely done.
That's not his actual character. That's the player.
Make us make up stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that hindsight, but yes.
So I was like, oh my god, I could so do that.
The worst part is I listened to some podcasts today that did that exact thing.
Too late. You could. I mean, you're streaming though, aren't you?
Yeah, we're live right now. We're live.
Okay, so you can't just restart the stream.
Nope.
Restart the stream. Delete this one. Remove all evidence.
But yes.
Beck, we need the Thanos snap the stream one.
But yeah.
It's all scripted, folks.
Kitsune will also be joining us later on, not tonight, but she had a really bad day, and so she is taking time to herself for this. So, but I will be working with her.
I assume she's going to take her own time to build her character with your help.
Yep. We'll be working on that off air. So,
well, if she doesn't show up, best of luck to her, and hope she feels better.
Yep. And so, today we're going to be playing. We're going to be working, mostly creating our characters here with the Cipher system by Monte Cook Games. The Cipher system is kind of a weird place mechanically. It is both many narrative gamers, story gamers find it too crunchy, and many players who like D&D and tactical games find it too story stuff, and it's kind of in this weird space, and I love it. But just because I love it doesn't mean everyone else will love it, so we're kind of trying it out here to see if it's something that's a good fit for the stream.
No introduction.
Yeah. So
I'm also in the group that loves it, so
yeah. But yeah, so
walking.
Yeah. The game is played by rolling. It's a pretty similar to a lot of games where your tasks are resolved by rolling a d20. Each task is also given a level or a difficulty. This level translates into it gives me the GM a nice little scale of things to base the difficulty on, and they translate to the number you have to roll on the dice by multiplying them by 3. So a level 3 task is a DC 9. And this thing is, unlike a lot of systems, things do not touch the target, do not adjust the roll of the die. You just rolling the flat roll of the dice. Instead, they change the difficulty level. And there are multiple ways they do this in the system. The most common way is by spending what's called effort. Because in this game, instead of your stats being passive numbers that get added to your rolls, they are pools. So you say if you have and there's only 3 of them. There is might, speed, and intellect. And let's say you have a might of 12. That means you have 12 points you can spend for stuff related to might. So the pools kind of are like your sprinting ability in that category. The more raw power you can throw at a single moment versus the not necessarily stamina. In addition, each pool has what's called edge, which is basically a discount on any time you spend from that pool. I'm going to lower my pop filter so you can actually see my mouth here. This lets you words. Yeah. Anyway, so
it lets you words. I thought you could do that without it.
I'm sorry.
Apparently not.
You invited this on yourself.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
You have to have sometimes words with your pool.
But yes, so
If you're using an intelligence skill, you might be wordsing with your pool. So
effort is applied. You can spend from your pool to apply effort, and this can be reduced by your pool's edge. When you apply a level of effort, you reduce the difficulty by 1 step. So say you reduce a level 3 to a 2, so basically making it 15% more likely to succeed. And that's kind of the basic of the system. Another thing these pools are is kind of your health. Most of the time, people are going to be damaging your might pool. And once your might pool is empty, they start damaging your speed, and they start damaging your intellect, and then you're a corpse. So there's an interesting give and take in terms of your pools, and in terms of they are how much you're both your health and your ability to do stuff well. So in this game, when you apply yourself, you have a really good chance of succeeding, but you can't apply yourself all the time. So you succeed at rolls when they're important to you. There's some more stuff on there on combat and other things, but that's kind of the core system. The other thing, character creation wise, is you build a sentence, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Where you pick a descriptor, which is kind of an adjective that describes your character. A type, which is kind of like your class, but otherwise it's the more generic skeleton of what your character can do. And then you pick a focus. This is your character's niche, and it's a thing. So you create and together these form a sentence where you are an adjective, noun, who verbs. For example, as Zyson is the one who has played before and has already created his character here, and will be kind of helping me out on the stream here with explaining stuff as needed and snarky jokes.
I'm that kid who does his homework right away.
Is a guarded warrior who wields 2 weapons at once. So, and together with that. So, how has everyone kind of figured out what, at least descriptor? Why? Let's start with type. Type is the first thing we should figure out because that's kind of the thing that everything else pivots off of. If you see me looking down during the stream, I have a physical copy of the book on hand. So,
we should probably get a link for. Chat.
Oh yeah, right.
We need that views.
I mean, aren't you subscribed to my YouTube channel, Dustin? Can't you just grab it?
Yeah, well, I can lead off since I also had a basic character idea for my character for this little short.
I have a list. I wanted to pivot it to a different thing, but instead I wound up all in on one thing somehow.
Yeah, that happens.
Well, my idea was I am an intelligent gnome speaker who tinkers with. Although speaker is still kind of up in the air, I think Dustin was trying to help me figure out what concept fit with my character.
Yeah. Well, the 4 types in the game are: there is the warrior, who is kind of like your fighter in D&D. You have the explorer, who's kind of like your rogue, jack of all trades kind of thing. You have your speaker, who is your bard face kind of person, and then you have the adept, who is kind of your weird magic, mechanical, whatever crap. They do weird things. So,
I just noticed I was talking to your echo, like, from the past self.
So you were talking to me on the stream?
Yes, exactly, because I heard you say, can you get it, Dustin? Like, aren't you subscribed to me? And I was like, I already said this, but yeah, I'll get it.
Oh, okay. We're professionals here, right? Oh, yes.
The most.
Transition that, so... Just because you're... So, yeah, so... The story we'll be running for this is the Apocalypse Engine. It's based on a total immersion game, kind of like Ready Player One or other stuff of that nature, where people are in game as though it were its own reality, and then things happen.
You know, when you said the Apocalypse Engine, I thought we were playing the actual like RPG system Apocalypse.
Yeah, no, I love what it's done mechanically for for RPGs in general, but I am not going to touch Apocalypse World. I'm sorry, I have no interest in any system that has sex moves.
Oh,
Seriously?
What?
They're more for narrative stuff, but yes, they are a thing, and basically the rating is well beyond what I want to do on this channel. Or frankly, anything I'm honestly interested in running for anyone. I am not about that kind of story. Has no interest to me. So yes. So what types is everyone thinking of playing then here?
Speaker.
So yeah,
Well, as you know, I'm playing a...
Well, depending on what fit my character concept better, is that I'm going to go with probably either Speaker or Wanderer.
You mean Explorer?
Explorer, that's what I meant. Explorer.
I'm thinking between Warrior and Adept. I'm more mystical, so...
And also you can, there's also flavors, which are from the Cypher System Core Rulebook, which, full thing, got my own physical copy here, which I am going to be consulting because it is sometimes far easier to look things up in a physical book than it is in a PDF. Especially when you're like me and tab it. It's kind of funny. We don't have any people who are leaning towards adepts in our group right now.
I think Carl said he was thinking of an adept.
He said warrior and explorer, I thought.
No, Warrior and Adept.
Okay, my bad.
I could possibly pivot to Adept.
Yeah, and like I say, honestly, having an equal number of these just doesn't change much. It's whatever you want.
Right,
Feels best speaks to your warrior. In addition, we have a couple of flavors available, which are, if I can pull up the right document, there we are.
No.
That's not the document I was looking for. Move along.
I'm sticking to Adept now.
Move along.
Yeah, like there is the flavors we have is stealth, tech, magic, combat, and skills or knowledge. And these basically let you kind of they're for more. And the idea is they're normally for just kind of tweaking the class to fit the types to fit your setting better. But I'm just figuring because the game that they're going to be playing is called Infinite Realms, where each realm kind of runs on its own genre and subgenre. So you can have this is the kind of setting where can have a mech pilot working with an elven sorceress and a wannabe Batman. So
obviously, wannabe Batman is the best guy. His name is Ratman. You know,
it's Batman. Well,
I thought he was Deflator Mouse.
I never made that connection. I'm an idiot.
What connection?
Freedom House. That's Batman.
Yeah.
Really?
But yes, I see. I'm not the only one who's a fan of the classic Tick stuff, and possibly new ones.
Great.
I really want to check out the Amazon series. But, anyways, neither here nor there. All right, so in addition, so once you pick the thing, these will determine your starting pool values. So, for example, let me go flip to the types page. Anyone with a warrior starts off with 10 intellect, 10 might and speed pools, 10 in their might and speed pool, and a 8 in their intellect pool. Also, once everyone gets their base totals from their type, they can spread 6 points they want in any combination across their pools to increase their maxes. So, stay there, pop filter. If someone wants to play an adept, your starting pools are going to be 7, 9, and 12. And if you're playing has anyone actually picked the Explorer as their type?
I know said they were thinking on the Explorer.
Yeah. Jane, so just so I know if I need to keep reading off the Explorer stuff or if I can skip that for now, are you leaning more towards the Speaker or the Explorer, Jane?
Speaker Explorer? As that part of it is just flavoring everything right as well. I can't necessarily say I'm particularly one way or another at the moment.
Okay.
I have no idea.
What's your concept you're looking at?
Fits me better.
What's your concept you're looking at? Hello?
Jane?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh.
I think you cut out there for a long time, Jane.
Because, yeah, all we got was an O.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. If you didn't hear what I said, I was saying I'm still kind of on the fence right now. Part of
what was your concept?
Medic side of thing, because I was asking Dustin if you noticed our chat history, and I'm not sure what exactly fits my character concept. But I was thinking I wanted to play a person who would be like, oh, I don't directly do as much, but like the skills I do want to do are not really within the class the one I was looking at. I don't know how flavoring works because I have no idea what that sort of stuff works.
Well, flavors just give you an extra suit of abilities to use.
Okay, well, I have no idea what you mean by ability. I have... Oh, there's an actual game mechanic that's called flavor. Because right now I am super confused, and I literally do not know.
So, Jane, go to the the character tab, and you'll see under handouts, there's a list of types and flavors. And go ahead and open that.
Types
and if you look under each type, there is a special abilities tier 1, choose 4. Those are abilities
I looked under those. None of those seem to fit. Or very little of those fit the character concept, I was thinking.
Yeah, because I think the big thing is there isn't much in the way of healing, because resting and healing is kind of...
Well, I'm not saying, like, healing.
Okay.
That wasn't the concept I was going for.
Okay, what was
the concept?
I was basically thinking of playing a pseudo-minion master.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of those, like I said, these are your boring but practical abilities for the most part here.
Okay, well, not a ton of them really fit my character. That's why I was having a hard time looking overall.
Well, let's see. Like if you if you want to be kind of like a minion master kind of thing, like a lot of this.
Hello?
Everyone seems to be cutting out.
Yeah, everyone seems to be.
I hear you.
Hello. Hi. Did everybody die?
It seems
Hello?
everyone is down.
Nope, we're all dead. We're zombies. Off. Brains.
GG, game over.
Why is it not working? Crap baskets.
New series.
Why is this? Okay, my mic got unplugged there. Sorry,
Okay.
and I had to reset my audio mixer to get it to work again.
All right.
So, anyways, a lot of the abilities under speaker would work well with a minion master because you have a lot of buffing other people kind of things like aggression, encouragement, and you
Not really. I think for me, it's more I need to look at like the flavor of things so I can feel a little bit better about selecting some of my stuff. Because right now, when I looked over, like I saw two that could kind of fit what I was going for, and one that was like, well, I don't. I'm taking it because there's nothing else. I took the gain X amount. And that wasn't even clear with me of like choosing your skills.
Yeah. Well,
That's
basically,
why I was very confused.
when you are trained in a skill, it reduces the difficulty of anything that the skill is related to. Other than certain abilities, there isn't a fixed skill list in this game. And also the type abilities are, like I say, are more generic kind of things. The focus is where you really define what your cool thing your character does is.
Oh, okay.
So, for example,
Hold on then. Yeah. Let's look through the focuses and see if there's something that looks good.
What is it? Let's see, I think Controls Beast might be a good one for. Let's see. Yeah, Controls Beasts could also work because that one is you start off with like an animal companion kind of thing.
Yeah, part of it is just I need to check out the flavor of it in some.
Yeah, the flavors like it's more of like if you're trying to
But
make.
yes, what page is the flavor stuff on, so I can start checking that out while the others pick from their stuff.
Yeah, if you were looking in the book, where did they put those? I think they're in the back of the. Oh yeah, flavor. I put a tab for it. Starting on page 50. But there are also quick summaries of them. I wrote up in the list of types and flavors document as well. So, but yes. Anyways, I'll hold off on the Explorer stats thing. And if you pick a speaker, you have a pool of 8 might, 9 speed, and 11 intellect. In addition, each of your types gives you a starting edge value. For warrior, you can either have a might or a speed edge, whether you are more of a brute force versus careful precision. If you're an adept, you have 1 intellect edge because you're a freaking wizard, Harry. And explorers actually only start with might edge, which I always find weird. Because
I guess they're supposed to be tough, but it seems like they could possibly be explorers. Many of them are like clearly intellect-powered, things.
Yeah.
Doctors
I guess
and
kind of the like climbing like mountain type things like
right, but
these
so
more
are
action explorers.
but scholars and detectives are also explorers.
I always
Yeah.
feel it needs at least speed edge because you're looking at a lot of explorer tropes are also very much agility and maneuverability based too. But yes, so explorers have one might edge. Though if you want to ask me to switch the edge to something else, I probably would oblige. And speakers have one intellect edge. And I'm going to take a moment here to talk about the system's namesake, ciphers. Ciphers are one-use items that are more like rotating character abilities than actual like collectible items. As such, each character can only hold so many ciphers before weird things start happening. In this case, there are actually consumable items in the game you're playing in, the Infinite Realms, not the cipher system, and that your character can literally only hold that many things, and he has to drop them from his inventory before he can pick up another one. They're in-game items, such. And with the exception of the Adept, everyone can hold 2 ciphers at the start of the game. The Adept can actually have 3. And also I will be giving everyone 2 ciphers to start off with once we finish everything else. Because the idea is you guys are not just starting off with the skin on your backs.
Cool.
Now, many of these also give you what's called practice with certain categories of weapons. Weapons in this game, because of its diverse nature, are just simply defined as light, medium, and heavy. Light weapons deal 2 damage when you successfully attack, and give you an asset towards...
Bear back, guys.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's fine. Okay, no, it's not an asset because that's a different term. They reduce the difficulty 1 step to your advantage when you fight with a light weapon. So they don't do as much damage, but they're easier to hit. Medium weapons... every type but the Adept is practice in light weapons, so they take no penalty. Adepts basically don't get the bonus accuracy because because they're not practicing light weapons. They increase the difficulty of anything using them by 1 step. Medium weapons are kind of your middle of the road. They deal 4 damage. They're the most basic. The warrior and the explorer start off trained in medium weapon practice in medium weapons. A speaker can use a medium weapon by default by taking a 1-step penalty, and the Adept takes a 2-step penalty. Finally, we have heavy weapons. Heavy weapons have to be held with 2 hands, so you don't have a hand free when using a heavy weapon, and deal 6 damage. Which, for the scale of this thing, when you're looking at pools that are like, when you're looking at your enemies will typically, for the stuff you will be having at most, like 9 hit points kind of stuff, that's fair chunk of damage. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, so but only the warrior starts off being practiced with those, so everyone else takes penalties when using heavy weapons if they're not a warrior. So yes. In addition, each type has a list of several abilities they can pick up. In addition, they can gain more abilities as they reach higher tiers, which are kind of the closest this game has to character levels. But for the sake of this test, we're only going to be in tier 1. So yeah, so that's kind of the quick and dirty of types there. Any questions from anyone on that?
Nope, I got that.
How's it going, Jane?
I'm still trying to load like the section you told me.
Okay.
Like it's just taking forever to load up.
Okay. It's understandable. Notably,
But I'm trying to make. Well,
go ahead.
if anybody else wants to define it as well, I'm curious about what people were thinking they wanted to do character.
Yeah, I don't think you came out very clear on that one. Shane?
Sorry, what, Dustin?
You weren't very clear what you were saying.
I'm curious, like, what people had ideas for character concepts.
My character, the concept, is a power gamer.
And
It's a lot of what I have. Power gamer probably uses ranged weapons of some sort.
Huh.
A specific ranged weapon, more accurately, but
Because yeah, I believe you're looking at the master's weapon focus. I believe it was.
I looked at master's weaponry. I was looking to maybe make it look a little different, but
Yeah.
most of what I picked wound up really all in on ranged character.
Yeah, because there's also other fun ones, is like throws
yeah,
with a deadly accuracy
carry-
or license to carry.
which I can see your character having a gun. Maybe just coming out of whatever war game we have in this universe.
Fortnite.
No, no.
Very like the future.
Thanks for the random musical interlude there, I guess. Has a quiver is also another one that can kind of be good for like if you're looking for ranged. But yeah, anyways. So Dustin's character is the edgelordiest of edgelords, lone wolf character. Radical's kind of looking at a power gamer, ranged combatant specialist. I have no idea what Carl's planning.
Well, I sort of finished. So, I am a mystical adept who controls mental. Hold on. Who commands mental powers.
Okay. So you're a psychic.
Yes.
Beware the dark type.
The dark type.
Yeah, psychic types have no effect on dark.
You have no effect on me.
Oh, that dark type. The evil type in Japan.
Yes. What about you, Cody? We know your Cody's concept is he's a in-game streamer, and who's mostly just doing this for publicity.
Yes. And money. Mostly money.
Sweet
money.
loots.
Gotta get that sweet loot, bro.
Gotta get those views.
Just to make a little bit of a difference, I imagine my character isn't so focused on combat out of role, and thus is more roleplay focused or making gold worth, and just kind of. So she talks like she's in character, but this is a blend of several worlds that I was definitely basing my character around what you'd think a stereotypical World of Warcraft gnome would be. But since it's a world where, it's multiple different types, then literally I could be a fantasy race who kind of acts like a medieval sci-fi character, I guess, would be the best way to define it.
Okay, what was the first part of that before medieval sci-fi character? I kind of missed that.
She's a fantasy race, aka she's a gnome, but
Okay.
she just happens to act like... just because of the way the world works, she could easily have stuff that would have been in, say, the sci-fi category of stuff, even though she's a fantasy race.
Yeah. Yep. That is perfectly fine. Like, that means you could, let's say, take the focus builds robots.
That was entirely my plan.
So, yeah.
I was going to be making robot buddies.
Yep.
He's going to be the steampunkiest of gnomes.
By the way, what are their special abilities
Which special abilities?
for the adapt? Is it listed in the sheet or?
Yeah, the basic I gave a quick summary and their cost. Listed under the special abilities there and bullet points, but the full write-up's in the book, so you can look those up later.
So I have divided with my intellect points.
I'm sorry, what?
You use it, you
I have
use it.
divided with my intellect points.
No, you get them for free, or you get them when you choose them, but when you use them, you play your intellect.
For example, if you took the distortion ability, it would cost you 2 intellect every time you use it. However, because you, as an adept, have 1 intellect edge, it actually only costs you 1.
Okay.
So yeah.
Bear with us, folks. A lot of these are new players, so.
Yeah, this is us. This is why it's the RPG Labs. We're trying to kind of test this out, kind of figure out, iron out the bumps, and in the end, kind of give our collect our thoughts and kind of figure out if this is something we want to try more stuff with on the stream.
I'm not really new to this, but
Yep.
I have not done it in a while, so yeah, I'm new now.
Oh yeah, I forgot you did play this Cypher with us before. I
Hmm?
think that was only like 2 sessions also, before we moved to 13th age.
So yes. But yes, so descriptors are a long list, so I'm not going to go through over all of them, but they kind of tweak your characters in minor ways. Mostly they give you a small boost to one of your pools. In addition, they also give you typically some areas you're trained in or skilled in, and maybe a minor ability or a minor detriment, but ones that give you detriments usually have stronger, more beneficial effects to kind of balance it out. So for our group, Cody, I believe you went with Wealthy was what you were going for your...
Yeah, wealthy.
And for the purpose of this game, because our focus is very much on the in-game side, you are also wealthy in-game, because a lot of people will, because of your whole streaming thing, they know about you and such, and then so they're like...
Well, I got a bunch of free stuff on the game. Like, I got extra gold, I got extra skins, everything.
Yeah. No, you got some PR stuff.
Yeah.
Jane, had you given thought to what you wanted your descriptor to be?
A descriptor? As I said, I like to think knowledgeable. Like, as a role player, I definitely feel like my character would be totally about knowing, like, some of the lore of this world and stuff. And she just told... So, like, anytime, like, definitely one of those people who's very heavy into the RP side of things until whatever catastrophic event this ends up being.
Yeah. Well, so there's, like, for example, there's the intelligent, learned, perceptive.
I was just
Like
given a
the
basic
main
descriptive
one, those,
word, but,
descriptors.
like, if there's, like, a specific list of them,
Yeah, it's under the list of descriptors, adjective.
what page?
They start on page 64, but you could also kind of just pick them blind and not worry about the mechanics side of things for the most part.
I prefer to at least get a little.
Yeah. All right, we'll go down. Carl, you said
Rather
you were...
than intelligence would be rough. Give me a moment. Let me look around.
Yeah, we'll give you a minute here. So I'm pretty sure, Carl, you said you were going to be a mystical?
Yeah.
All right. Radical, you, last I remember, you were settling towards Brash, right?
That's right.
So since that's early on, I'll give an example here of what this does mechanically speaking. When you take Brash, you get +2 to your speed pool. You're trained in initiative, which is nice. You're trained in all action involving overcoming or ignoring the effects of fear and intimidation.
Someone's mic is popping.
Yeah, it's Carl's.
Oh, excellent! There's one called Creative.
Oh yeah, there is.
I would totally fit my character. I will be creative.
Okay.
That's pretty freaking.
Cool. So you're a creative speaker or explorer.
Yeah, let me put creative officially down.
All right. And I know that Dustin is guarded.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, we're not going to go over these tonight because we do not have our full assortment here, but they also, each one of them gives you links to the starting adventure. In this case, they are going to be links to why your party, why these people are partying up together to do these dungeons effectively in the MMO. And we'll kind of use these to kind of pull you guys in. So, but that'll be later. So you guys can look over these on your own time, and we'll just kind of use this to kind of weave your group into something that resembles a cohesive whole. But yes.
I hate you all.
But yes. And because of that comment, I will list. For example, for those of you who are watching this to try to figure out if you want to use the cipher system, it is a bit weird mechanically. I will admit it. So sometimes it can be a little harder to parse. But Guarded lists 4 options to give you an idea of how you join the adventure. One of the PCs managed to overcome your defenses and befriend you. Or you want to see what the PCs are up to, so you accompany them in order to catch them in the act of some wrongdoing. Or you meet a few enemies and take up with the PCs for protection. Or finally, and I think this might be the case, the PCs are the only people who will put up with you.
Okay, definitely that one.
Oh, I see the initial link to starting adventures. Oh my god, this is perfect.
Yeah, and because basically these descriptors are to give you some mechanical weight to your character's personality. And in fact, based on how they actually have rules for saying, hey, if your character changes enough through the course of adventure, you can change their descriptor. Because maybe you were strong before, but that guy just shot your family in an alley again. And okay, maybe you're not working out some more, and instead you're focusing on taking this guy down, so you're no longer strong, you're now vengeful.
I remember they have they recommend something like that on Driven. Is that they even recommend that after you complete the Driven task, you pick a new one. You don't pick a new Driven thing. You change your background, perhaps your
descriptor. Yeah, because yep, you redefine because characters can refine themselves. So yeah, so that's the descriptor. Lastly, we have the foci.
You're the main character from SAO. Then you're the same throughout the series. Sorry, I just finished that anime and I have a lot of grievances.
No, don't bring that into the stream. It'll be awful.
I'm gonna hear flack from my friends because of that.
Right, there we go.
What can I say?
You're gonna invite the controversy. You're gonna invite the controversy here.
So the last thing is called the focus. This is what kind of is more about what your character is special. This is what your character does. As such, unlike whereas you could have 2 characters who are both have the same descriptor, you're going to have more than one character with the same type, but you should not ever have a character with the same focus in a group. So
Don't think that.
Well, as I said, I am the robots / eventual undead master because. So let me mention the other side of my character. This is a character who originally was a gnome in life, and thus your stereo steampunk. But part of it is that sometime in the future, or whether we set this up before the story even starts or whatever, this character died and was resurrected, and thus they're reflavoring technically though, is they're still acting like they used to, but they're technically undead per se.
hey, that's fine.
So I like the idea that eventually I would have traded out my robot minion for just zombies, basically.
Yeah.
For zombie empowered robots.
You just open it. All your robots have the little, like, it looks like the Intel logo, except for instead of Intel, it just has souls inside.
Yeah, they have souls.
Yeah, so you're taking the builds robots focus.
Yeah.
That's fine. So yeah,
would that be the official focus I should be saying? Builds robots?
For now, if not, because Consorts with Undead, Consorts with Dead has a little more divination edge to it.
Okay.
But we like I say, we can just refluff it, because that's the thing. The flavor is pretty easy to tweak to match what your concept is. You know, just having a bunch of minions is like that. And who knows? Like, I have a few supplement books, and I could look to Sue and see if there is a better fit one. I didn't want to open it up to everyone. But, so, that's it. So, Cody, what was your focus? Because I'm pretty sure you picked yours, right?
Yeah, let me check. I have bad memory. What is my focus?
Yeah, because I know there was talk about you wanted is idolized by millions or entertains.
Yeah, everybody's millions.
Yeah, so you're a wealthy speaker who is idolized by me. Idolized by millions.
CNM.
So yeah, so far we have a creative speaker who is idolized by millions. A creative a creative speaker who builds robots. I just use.
Well, I have to also look over the pool of the other.
Yeah,
See,
I was just listing off
skills.
I
think you meant wealthy, not creative.
Did I say creative twice?
Yeah, Cody was wealthy. Jane was.
Yeah.
Okay. My
Yeah,
bad.
I'm not creative at all. I'm a streamer.
Money out.
Ouch!
Man, we're just full of controversies today.
Oh, we can't do this. It's
Taylor
over already.
Yes, and Carl, if I remember right, is a mystical adept who commands mental powers.
Might change it, but I think it's
I'm going to skip Radical because I think he was the most uncertain about it, and...
Well, I mean, right now I'm Brash Power Gamer who masters weaponry.
Okay.
Power Gamer is a warrior. It says that you're allowed to pick whatever descriptor you want. I want it to be a...
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's perfectly okay.
That's good. I have to justify it to the internet, though, now.
You know what? If you're going to try to justify it to the internet, we're going to be here all week.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Trying to convince the entirety of the internet.
It's like herding cats, except for they keep bowling at you. And
Where?
I pet a cat on X. Feel like.
And lastly we have Zyson's character, who is a guard warrior who wields 2 weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on? Wait.
Yeah, I went pretty simple. I was like, what does my character do? He wields 2 weapons.
Yeah.
Though now I see murders, and I'm like, God, he is a PvP. He is like a player killer also.
Oh my god.
Yeah. the character creation is one of my favorite aspects of this game.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of like, I wish that I could like just dip into this little bit too.
But yes, so focus. So yeah, so in the end, we can kind of compile the things, but I think honestly we're gonna call this for today for the stream, just because I feel like we kind of covered the basic bits and bobbles here, and the rest of it's just a bunch of hewing and hawing over lists and adding up numbers.
Yeah, no one wants to see math.
Math hurts.
Math is amazing.
Oh,
It all
I thought
adds
you guys
up.
were talking about math.
Yes, we're all talking about math.
Math, where?
Everywhere
That's
and nowhere.
like
Well-
trying to divide by 0. It doesn't work.
Anyways, I am your. I am a sleep-deprived game master who makes too many puns, and to those watching us in the past, present, and future, I bid you all good night.
Buenas noches.
Also, I can't find the button. Where's the button?
Buenas noches.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Good night, everyone.
Good night.